Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video. And today, as you can see in the title, another pickups video. Very excited to show you some of the stuff that I got recently. So let's get right into it. So recently I got this from Video Games New York Soft. They are an indie publishing company that put out mostly import games for America, their own individual American releases, and some exclusives as well. They've been around since 2017 and they totally surprised me with this thing. So this is pretty much every time I'm playing a Dreamcast game like my current one, I'm going to put it in a slot. So the first game I'm going to put in here is actually Alice Sisters. They sent this to me and I never played this game before. This is a sequel to another Alice game. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I believe it was called Alice Mom's Rescue or something like that. And anyways, this sequel pretty much brings your sister along, and it's kind of like a puzzle platformer, like areas that the big sister can't go to, the little sister will go through pretty much, and you kind of play the levels like that. It seems pretty cool. But anyways, I want to give another shout out to Video Games New York Soft, man. Appreciate you guys sending this to me. I'll possibly play this in a gameplay. Well, I don't know if I'll do a live stream, but I'll probably do a gameplay video of it, see how far I could get. Alan Wake Remastered kind of caught me by surprise. I had no idea they were working on this game, and when I saw it, I was like, yes, finally on the PlayStation system. I do have the original 360 version, which I actually recently got. Haven't shown it yet. Probably show it in a later video. But the remastered version pretty much like puts the game out there for possibly, I want to say, for people who haven't probably played it because it was exclusive to the 360 and probably PC, Steam, or whatever like that. But this is a classic survival horror game that just really like pulls no punches when it comes to like craziness with the story. You play as Alan Wake, who is a novelist, and his novels actually start to become reality. So think about that, really, like think about if you're having a nightmare and your nightmare like starts to become like reality, it starts to manifest or something like that. Pretty crazy stuff. And the game is very intriguing, very well done. It actually tripped me out a couple of times. Not really too scary for me because it takes a lot, but there were some points where I was like, oh, whoa, okay, that's tripped out. So definitely worth picking up for some people if they want to like get this game. It's only going for $30 as of right now, and who knows, by Black Friday it may be even cheaper. So definitely add this one on your radars if you're a survival horror fan. I don't know too much about Metal Arm's glitch in the system, but I remember seeing this game back in the day, and I kind of just passed it up because there was this other stuff I was interested in at the time. I wasn't very intrigued by 3D platformers at that time when this came out, so I just looked it over. But now looking at it, this game, to me, in my opinion, and I think it's a hidden gem. You pretty much play as a robot who is trying to free his people from the clutches of some kind of sinister force. So you got to gather your weapons, rescue your friends, and just pretty much go through the world. It's all robots, which is pretty cool, and it has good voice acting as well. This came out during a time when Sierra was publishing mostly console games at the time, which was weird. Anyways, if you tried this game out, let me know what you guys think about it.
Hey, Crunk, were you able to repair our mystery bot?
Of course I f***ing fixed him. It was a huge pain in the f***ing waistband, because he's some kind of custom jobby, but nothing I couldn't handle. Some of his memory chips were fried, so he'll need a new data upload. But after that, he should be as good as f***ing new.
Huh. Does his ID chip still function?
Yeah, says his name is Glitch.
All right, Glitch. Welcome to the Droid Rebellion. Take our new fixer-upper to data upload and get him back online. Now, ladies!
Yes, sir!
Here is the Sega Tribute, which includes Cotton 2, Cotton Boomerang, and Guardian Force. Now, I used to own the original games on the Sega Saturn, not Guardian Force, just Cotton 2 and Cotton Boomerang. I got rid of it when I sold my Saturn years ago, and I didn't regret it at first until maybe just a couple years later, because I actually really liked those games, but I just didn't like having access only on the Saturn. Now, they're available on the Switch and the PS4, but though it's hard to, hopefully this will change by the time this video comes out, but there's a problem with these games where there's lag in the controls. There's I think they were saying there was a 10 frame input lag, and that's undoable for a shoot 'em up. You gotta maybe 3 to 4 is fine, but 10 is just totally noticeable, even to the casual shmup fan like myself. So hopefully they get that fixed. But other than that, the options in the games are pretty cool. I believe there's a rewind effect, so you can rewind certain stuff, slow stuff down. I didn't go all into it, but still, hopefully they fix that pretty soon. This game goes for around $45, but I wouldn't pick it up unless they actually they fix that issue. I bought this game not knowing about that issue at all. I don't really know how they could fix that issue since I believe they ported these games using emulation, and depending on the emulation you use, that's how good the product will be. So I don't know. They said they're gonna somehow try to patch it, but who knows? Metroid Dread Samus Returns. This is a remake of the Game Boy game called Metroid 2. I remember trying to play that back in the day, and it just hurt my eyes. I was like, there's no way I'm playing this game on Game Boy, because, you got a lot of people don't admit that playing games on the original Game Boy, it hurts your eyes. It was pretty straining. So this game was definitely one of those games that did that. But anyways, the remake here looks like it's very well done. I haven't really played it yet. I'm probably going to play Metroid Dread before I get into this one. But for those of you that have played this one, let me know your opinion about it, because I'm really interested to know, because Metroid 2 is a game that people have been wanting to get remade for a long time. It's finally happened, but I didn't really hear too much hype around it. What were people really thinking about it? Here is the Melty Blood Type Lumina Melty Blood Archives Edition that I got from Play Asia. Now, I already did a video, pretty much an unboxing video of this a while back. And this game is freaking awesome. I was hoping it would get a physical release in America. This version here, though Japanese, is in English, just to let everybody know. But still, it would have been nice for a wider release in America, hopefully. Maybe that'll happen in the future. I'm not really sure. But this is an awesome fighting game. If you like 2D fighting games, this is definitely one of the ones you should pick up. It is available as a download, but at the price for a download, it's just not really worth it to me. So I went ahead and got the physical edition. Anyways, guys, if you have played this, let me know what you think about this one. Here is Tekken Advance. I actually went to my local game store, which I hadn't been to in a long time. And I was just talking to some people, and I happened to go by the Game Boy counter, and I saw a Game Boy game that I did not have, that I've been wanting for a while, which was Tekken Advance. Now, this game is pretty much based off of Tekken 3, and if I remember correctly, this game came out like right in the beginning of the Game Boy Advance's life cycle, and the game actually plays pretty well. I really like this one. I'm not gonna say it's gonna win any awards or anything like that, but for back then, it was actually pretty cool to have a portable Tekken game. Now, when I played this, I'm not sure if the game has unlockable characters, but I noticed right away that Eddie Gordo was missing from the character select screen. I don't know if you can unlock him later in the game, but he'd probably be one of the hardest characters to actually put into this game if they were rushing it. Now, the Game Boy Advance is a 32-bit system, so they could have put him in there if they wanted, if he's missing in there, but I'm not sure yet. I probably have to beat the game and see if I can unlock him, or just look up online to see if he's actually in the game. But anyways, Eddie's not my main character. I just like having him around. But anyways, guys, Tekken Advance, if you see it out there, it's up to you if you want to pick it up. Probably the best Terminator movie I've seen since the first two Terminator movies. This movie is freaking awesome. If you haven't seen Lady Terminator, it is pretty much insane. It's kind of like a rehash of the first Terminator movie, just done in Bollywood style. It's hilarious. I don't want to give too much away with the story in this movie. It's just, you're supposed to take it seriously, but it's just hilarious at the same time. And the lady that plays the Terminator, I'm not gonna lie, man, she does a great job. I was like, man, this is some scenes were intense, but the tagline with this movie is, first she mates, then she terminates. And you get the idea of what I mean by that. So if you see this movie out there, you see it it's actually free online. You can just watch it like that. But still, happy to have this physical copy. Want to thank CAG for hooking me up with this, man. I totally forgot about this movie and how much I love it. But Lady Terminator, definitely worth a watch. It just has so much going on, and you know, there's a scene in this movie too. Like, one of the most innocent people in the movie gets like one of the most brutal kills. It's insane. I'll show that to you later in this clip. But it's like, wow. Guys, everybody should watch this movie.
Where is Erica? Where?
Here's Super Mario All-Stars. I decided to pick this up because I saw my buddy Jason playing it, and it was pretty hilarious. He was actually playing Mario 2. Now, this consists of Mario 1, 2, 3, and the Lost Levels, which, man, that game is only for super players. But anyways, watching him play Super Mario 2 just kind of like brought back some nostalgic memories of me playing it back in the day. But this dude is hardcore. He'll play the game with Toad, and nobody likes playing with Toad, but he almost got towards the end. He just got a little flustered, but you know, it happens to all of us. But anyways, Super Mario All-Stars, I'm pretty sure most Nintendo fans have it.
So hold on. In the next level, go to the left and get into quicksand. Is there anything I should get? What about? Do I have to grab this? But can I get a power up though before I go do this? Wait. Okay, so what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Hurry up and type. Damn it. Use it here? Come on, man, there's nothing here. Damn. What?
Out of the trade, I also got the Legend of Zelda. I owned this years ago when I was a kid. And I think that's the last time I actually beat this game. I actually beat this game when I was in 3rd grade. And it was really by chance that I found the last castle. It was pretty insane. I still remember that moment. But pretty cool game. I actually enjoy The Adventures of Link a lot more. That's probably one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. But, you know, seeing this in good condition like it was, I said, you know what? Let me add this to the collection again. Back 4 Blood was a game I almost did not purchase, but my buddy CAG talked me into it. And the reason I didn't want to purchase this because you guys know every Saturday, the Media Glitch stream team, we always play like co-op games. So Joel cannot play this game because motion sickness or whatnot. So I was like, you know what, man, we all can't play it together, man. I just forget it. But luckily, Kag said, "Nah, Reggie, man, you like Left 4 Dead? You got to pick this up." And I played Left 4 Dead back in the day. I loved that game, and we had such a good time playing it back in the day. But recently, I tried to play it, and it just wasn't the same anymore. It's just too kind of simplistic. I mean, let's just say like we kind of moved on a generation pretty much. So I was kind of done with that game. There's no like upgrades or anything special that kind of like will really draw me back into that game anymore. But this game is pretty much the spiritual successor to that series. You could actually call this game Left 4 Dead 3, but no, it's Back 4 Blood, and this game is freaking awesome. It does everything Left 4 Dead did back in the day, but just it cranks it up. Like there's weapon upgrades now. There's all kind of cool perks you can use during the levels and stuff like that. Buying stuff before missions. It's great stuff, and it really keeps you hooked. And the characters are really likable. It's just like has everything going for this one. And I love how the game starts you at a HUD, like your own base in the beginning of the game, and you can kind of like go there, go on missions, look at certain things you've collected, and meet other characters. It's like really cool stuff. Game has a likable cast, which I like, and the missions are just like really reminiscent to the old school Left 4 Dead. I like that this game has boss fights over the original Left 4 Dead games. Never really had boss fights except kind of like on those final levels when you were trying to survive. This game actually has a boss meter, and as you can see here, I'm fighting the ogre. And what's funny about fighting this thing was that like I got him to a certain point and at his health, and then he left, and he appeared later in the level, which I thought was pretty cool. So definitely a cool feature they have in this game. This game is full of surprises. It's just every gameplay, every time you play it, you know, it's going to be a different experience. You know, just the way the director will throw the monsters at you, which is always fresh. So anyways, guys, definitely check out Back 4 Blood.
Glad you got my back, man. Damn, you stink.
Ammo cache here.
They're all around me.
Here is Initial D's special stage. I've been wanting to buy this game for a while, and I got it through a cool trade thanks to Sticks from Level 857. Now, you guys know I've been talking about that epic upcoming pickups video for like almost a year now. It's pretty crazy. It's almost that much time has passed. I picked up a lot of Initial D and racing games over the past year, and I pretty much have all of them now with this one. So pretty much, if you don't know about the Initial D series, it's an awesome anime, manga as well, or manga, whatever you want to call it is fine. But pretty much this game deals with racing in these really crazy situations. You know, you have to really use a lot of technique to get past your opponent. This game pulls no punches. It has that crazy rubber band effect. So if you make mistakes, that could be a wrap for you. But once you learn the techniques of the game, you'll probably get pretty good at it. It's a lot of fun. It has an arcade feel to it. It's just, it really has a good soundtrack as well. The soundtrack is one of the things that stands out in this game. But this game might not be for everyone. And, you know, maybe that's why it kind of, well, didn't get an American release. But anyways, guys, let me know if you have played this one before. You know, I'm interested in knowing if there's any Initial D fans out there. Next up, we have Terminator Resistance. I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat that this is the best Terminator game you'll ever play. This game is amazing. I was pretty much blown away with it. You know, I know that's not saying much, as this game was made by the same company that made the Rambo PS3 game. So pretty much this is a story-driven first-person shooter game where you're tasked with doing certain missions, but you could do the missions in certain different ways depending on your abilities. Really good stuff. You can hack turrets to kind of help you. You get certain weapons. Man, there's just so much to talk about with this game. I don't want to make this too long. I kind of want to shorten this up. But any Terminator game that has romance options in it, man, that's a win for me. I'm like, dude, I was sold on that immediately. So you can actually romance your commanding officer and this other lady you save. It's pretty crazy stuff. And actually, the characters are very likable in the game. The story is convincing. It really feels like this could have been actual Terminator movie if they played their cards right. I kind of like don't really pay attention to anything after Terminator 2. I just feel like that's just a safe way to do it. Even Dark Fate, you know, when they kind of like threw out the lore, what Terminator was about, pretty much saving John Connor. I was like, yeah, let's just stick with the first 2 movies and we're good. But anyways, guys, if you see this game out there, I would say definitely pick it up. I got the PAL version because it was cheaper. The American version on the PS4 is a little bit more expensive because I believe that's like had more of a limited release. But it is available on the PS5, so you can get that version, which is easy to get, for now at least. But going back to the gameplay real fast, you have mission objectives. There's certain things you can do on the side. You can rescue other survivors, and they'll join your camp. You meet people in the beginning of the game that you save. You have a hideout, but you have to leave that hideout because the Terminator finds you. And the game just gets so tense from certain points. You'll be fighting all kinds of stuff. You'll be going back to people's houses to kind of help them out with certain side quests. All kind of like lore for the Terminator franchise. I just feel like this game really should have been a movie. It's pretty amazing. I mean, I may be giving it too much credit, but I just love the Terminator movie, especially the first one. As a matter of fact, did you guys know that they cut a scene out of the first Terminator movie that really worked well with the movie that could have been like explained a lot of stuff in the movie? Well, not a lot of stuff, but just one particular scene. I'll show you guys that scene right now.
Reese. She's got to stay alive, son. You do whatever you have to do.
Pretty crazy, right? That scene with Lieutenant Traxler should have been in the regular movie, but for some reason it got cut. But anyways, guys, more about Terminator Resistance. This game really makes you feel like you're a part of the Terminator world. Like you feel like the sense of urgency. You want to survive. You care about the characters that are around you because depending on your actions, they can live or die, and that will change the ending. So it's just very compelling. Definitely, if you see this game out there, I would advise you to pick it up.
This way. Get down. What's going on?
Next is Metroid Dread for the Switch. Happy that I got the special edition. Thanks to my buddy Cag, man. He really looked out for me on this one because I wasn't going to be able to get one. But pretty much this is a return to the old school Metroid games, you know, with enhancements, of course. You know, they used the formula from Metroid Return to Samus for the 3DS, and they really kind of expanded on it, made it a lot better. This game really feels like a Metroid fusion in a sense because you can't get to certain areas of the game until you get these certain weapons or whatnot. You're being chased by these enemies called the Emmys, I think they're called, and you can't beat them. You know, you have to pretty much run from them. A lot of people don't like that running aspect because when you play a game like this, you want to explore, look around, you know, see the lore pretty much. You know, it's kind of annoying in the beginning, but the game does pick up, and it picks up. When it picks up, I think it takes off, in my opinion. It's kind of crazy because they were actually working on this game, I believe in the mid-2000s. They were trying to get it to come out on a system that they felt like would really kind of like utilize what they wanted to do with the game. But unfortunately, that didn't happen until now. But I guess better late than never. But still, here's a Metroid game, and it's very well done. If you are a fan of the Metroid series, you will definitely like this game. If you're not a fan of the Metroid series, this game might get you into it. You never know. Here is Last Day of June. If you played games like What Remains of Edith Finch, you'll kind of know what to expect here. Well, I guess to say What Remains of Edith Finch, that was more of a walking simulator, but this game is a story narrative where it kind of has puzzles in it where you kind of like go back in time and like try to like tweak certain things to kind of have a certain outcome. Now, I don't want to spoil too much of the story. Well, I don't want to spoil the story at all because that's what's going to get you to play this game. After beating this game, though, it's one of those type of games that you're probably only going to play once. There might not be any need to go back and play it again. So you want your first playthrough to be the best one with your choices in hand. Now, graphically, the game is pretty cute looking. You know, I somewhat like the way the characters look. It kind of creeps me out that they don't have eyeballs. And, you know, one of the characters, well, the main character wears glasses, but there's no eyes behind him. So it's like, I don't know. This is this eerie thing about that for me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but maybe that's just me. But it is one of those type of games that will leave an impression on you. And I think that's very important. You know, the whole outcome of the game is how your life will be when after certain events, I would say. And like I said, I don't want to spoil anything at all. You know, it's just like it's better for you guys to go into this game pretty blindly and try it out. But definitely something that will interest most newcomers or just casual gamers. Roki is a point-and-click adventure game where it has a girl trying to save her brother that was kidnapped by a monster. This one, usually when it comes to point-and-click games, they're only my cup of tea when they're horror games, hence to like something like the Clock Tower series, the first 2 games of that series. But this game is interesting. Now, being that this is a point-and-click adventure, you guys know that there's going to be puzzles in this game. And the puzzles, I'm not really a puzzle person, at least not anymore. But they're not too bad. It's just that sometimes I just want the story to move along without doing anything. But if that was the case, I'd probably finish this game within 30 minutes to an hour. But the puzzles aren't hard at all. They're pretty easy. So just some people just don't like puzzles because of pacing or whatnot. But it helps make the game a little bit longer, and that's totally fine. Especially if the puzzle is clever. You guys remember that water puzzle from Resident Evil 3? Ugh, never mind. It's more annoying than clever. But the good thing is the game has good pacing. You'll always feel like it's like you're in a fresh area. You're not stuck somewhere too long. One annoying thing I saw with this game is that it only has one save slot, so you can only like continue where you left off. I like having certain save states. Well, not save states, but you know, like save files, so you could like load certain points of your adventure, so you could go back and relive that moment. But this game always wants you to do the same save, and that's pretty annoying. But the game is actually not that long, so maybe that's why they did it that way. And when I say not that long, it's around probably your first playthrough around 7-8 hours, and then if you replay it again, probably a lot less. But either way, I think this is a very interesting game that a lot of casual gamers will like to play. And of course, new gamers, I'm not really too sure because I don't know how they feel about point-and-click type adventures. But still, this game's easy on the eyes, very interesting story. Most people, I think, will enjoy it. Inmost is a game I heard about from Jason a while back, and I didn't really take much interest in it until I actually saw it recently, and I was like, you know what, maybe that is a game I might want to play. So if you don't know about this game, it's pretty much an action adventure platform game, and you play as 3 characters, and the story pretty much intertwines with each other. You don't know how at first, but of course the game is leading up to that point. Now, graphically, I love the way the game looks. You know, it has that 8-bit look to it, but, you know, graphically, it just looks like way more advanced, and just the way the graphics kind of like, I want to say like certain situations like overlay each other. It just looks really good. Now, I'm not that far into this game, but this game is one of those games I feel like deserves a physical release, and I'm glad that Super Rare made that happen. Now, from what I was told, this game experience will last probably around 4 to 5 hours, which I'm totally fine with. Each character plays differently. One man plays like, his game plays like more like a puzzle level. The knight, his is more action oriented, and the little girl's is kind of mostly like a puzzle as well. Like she stacks boxes on top of each other. She stays in this house and she's trying to get around the house. But what really stands out for me in this game is just the sound effects. You know, it really comes together really nicely, and everything just hits the right type of tone at certain key moments. It's just really well done. But like always, let me know what you think about this one in the comments. You know, I wouldn't never knew about this game had it not got a physical copy. Happy it did. Definitely happy to have it in my collection.
Do you remember it? That tale about flowers? I thought it was a good story. I thought it's sure to have a happy ending.
A lot of people don't know that the old Buster Groove series for the PlayStation 1 actually had a sequel on the PS2. The first two games came out on the PS1. First one was really well received. The second one, not as much, but it was okay. It had a couple good songs on there. But the third game, which came out on PS2, I remember seeing it in the magazine and never heard of it again. It was called Dance Summit, and I guess the game just didn't really, it wasn't, I don't know what to say about this one, honestly. I'm kind of glad it didn't come out to America, but at the time, I feel like I would have liked it if it came out to America. But now it's just like, these songs are just, gosh, I don't know. Yeah, this game, oh gosh. Yeah, hey, Andy, if you're watching this video, you can have this one. Here's Road 96. This takes place in the summer of 1996, and basically you play as teenagers trying to get out of the state during some kind of like weird election. The gameplay in this is really cool because the story really changes depending on your actions, and you know, of course the end goal is the same. You want to get out of the state, but just how you get there can be very different depending on your choices and people that you deal with. Actually found this game by chance, and it just looked very intriguing to me. You know, anything that's kind of like nostalgic of the 90s, you know, I feel like I have to look into, and I don't regret this game at all. Now, it does, I feel like some of the mini games are kind of tedious sometimes. After you do a certain event, they have these mini games that pop up, you know, from Connect 4 to other type of stuff. But still, it's still cool, I guess. I think what's going to draw people mostly into this game is most likely the characters. You're going to want to know how their stories play out, and they're very interesting characters in this game. I think a lot of people, for the most part, you'll probably like all of them. You'll also find mixtapes in this game, which will lead you to listening to different types of music, such as like rock. I think they have like country in here as well, and all kind of other music. It was really well done. You know, I was actually excited to find the mixtapes because I was just excited to hear some of the new music. All in all, though, the game has high replay value, so you'll definitely be picking this game up multiple times and trying to get different endings, and I think that's really great for this type of game. I'm on my second playthrough, and I'm really excited to see how this story is going to end.
Played games with me. They stole my money, and they made me realize that I have to come back home. I have to make my own way to help the brigades. Where am I? Road 13, Road 42, Road 67, Road 96.
Now here is a controller my buddy Adrian found. I believe it was at Value Village, or it may have been Goodwill. I totally forgot. But pretty much you can use this in your SNES Classic wireless controller. It takes AAA batteries, and you can actually plug this into your Wii and your Wii U if people still play that system. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But anyways, I thought this was really cool, man. Adrian, good looking out, bro. And guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Radical Reggie, and I will see you all later.